I was kind of confused about this experience, but then I was told, like, later on, I was told, like, I was in the front yard watering the lawn when a voice said, "Why didn't you share the experience?" And like a reflex, I said, because I was confused of the experience. Okay, so in a very gentle manner, this voice, by saying what they said, it's like me, it's like getting the hint that I should share the experience, even though I'm confused. In this experience, I'm an observer. I feel like I'm just an observer of what I'm seeing. Okay, here goes the experience. I'm in the sky, and it's a beautiful blue sky, a beautiful day. And I don't know how high I am, but I'm high enough to see mountains and valleys and lakes and all that in the southern part of the United States. And I could see Florida to my right, and there's islands below Florida. And as I'm there in the sky, I noticed that there's a being next to me. He's very muscular, like Superman, but not too muscular. And he's wearing some sort of blue suit or outfit. And the outfit looks like it's made out of material like crystal, but it's bendable. And it goes all the way to his neck, and it goes all the way to his wrists. But I could not see if it went to his feet or ankles. Anyways, next to him is a golden guide-like presence, but formless. It's sort of like swirling light, and it's in slow motion. The light is animating next to him. And the thing about the man in blue was that he had a very adult-like presence, a strong male adult presence. He was very adult-like. And for a split second, I felt embarrassed because I'm very childlike. So I said, what? So I quickly became indifferent because I realized I was projecting. He's not judging me or criticizing me because I'm childlike. He's just being. So I quickly became indifferent to that. And then I go back with observing the experience, and the presence that was like a swirling light in slow motion told the man in blue a question. And I did not hear what the question was. My true self didn't seem to be there. My intuition would just come once in a while, but I did perceive that being that was like a swirling slow motion light asked the man in blue a question, but I didn't hear it. Well, the man in blue said, "I want the new presentation to be moved into the middle of the United States." And I'm like, what did you say? I was like totally shocked that he said that. And then, so now I know what the question was because of the way he answered it. And then I felt movement below me. And when I looked down, I realized, oh, I'm above Baja California and Mexico. And when I looked at Baja California and Mexico, they seemed to be whited out, like someone had taken the white out or some light kind of paint and just whited it out, both Baja and Mexico. And the outline of Baja was, for some reason, it was black, showing its outline, but in the middle of the black line was a yellow line. The same thing with Mexico. There was an outline of black showing where Mexico was, but in the middle was a yellow line. And I thought that was strange of why it was blotted out like that, but I could see the southern part of the United States. had mountains and valleys and lakes and cities. At the height that I still could be able to see that. And then what happened was, like, is if you divide Baja California in half, there was this little black line that divided it right in half. And below the black line, to the right of it, or the eastern part, something started coming out. And at first, I couldn't see what it was, but because it was kind of tiny, and from the height that I was at, and as it came up a little higher, I could see that it was a golden dome. And as the golden dome kept rising, it didn't go too high. It was like between where me and the man in blue were and the ground was. It was like in the middle. And it started going towards the United States, the southern part of the United States. And as it reached the United States, and the man in blue, he sort of like carried me with him. He kind of like, I don't know how he did it, but he was able to take me with him. So I'm going with him as we're following the Golden Dome. As soon as the Golden Dome got into the southern part of the United States, it became like a giant dome, like maybe miles wide, not acres or something like that. It was miles. And as it's going to the middle of the United States, it stops, but I could not see what state it was. For some reason, my vision became blurry because I was trying to look for the state that it was going to go there. I just know it was somewhere in the middle of the United States. And it was so giant that there was a Golden Guide right next to the dome as it was lowering the dome. And the Golden Guide was human sized, so he looked tiny compared to the giant dome. And he looked up at me and the man in blue, that we were in the sky, and then he looked back down at the dome. You could see that he looked back down, and he had his arms stretched out. He was wearing a robe, and he had his arms stretched out, and he was lowering the giant dome to level it and ground it and anchor it where it was going to be in the middle of the United States. And after that, all of a sudden, I lost track of the man in blue. I don't know, where did he go? What happened? But then I was moved to the southern eastern part of the dome, still in the sky. And after the Golden Guide that was human size had done what it done, it came to me really fast. And it was in my face.
Don't give me that.
And it said, "We are not going to interfere with the people who live in the dome or outside the dome. Whatever they decide, that's their, experience to decide. But they will not be able to interfere with the new presentation or the new friends. If they try to, their karma will be speeded up. And what we're going to do is we're going to have their true self come forward whenever they interact with the new friends. And the new friends will interact with the people around them with their true self." And I said, okay. Then behind this, I don't know who this Golden Guide was, because his face was swirling like energy. It was like, didn't really have a face, but the energy was there. But behind him, in his hood and the back of his head, this crystal-like water energy of like crystal water came from behind him, went into my head, my throat, and the upper part of my chest. Now, I don't know if it went below my part of the lower part of my chest, because all of a sudden I was directly above the dome without knowing how I got there. And as I looked down at the beautiful golden dome, it shimmered with the light of isness. It was always in the isness of being, this golden dome, always. And then from the northern part of the dome, this energy of light, like a cable or cord, shot out towards the border of Canada. And then from the southern part, it went to the Gulf of Mexico coast of the United States. And then to the west, it went to the west coast. To the east, it went to the east coast. But I wasn't told why that was. I wasn't told why that was. I can only guess from my personal self what it might be. And after that experience, then that's why I said I'm confused, because I thought DUANE wanted something to do with Baja California, like not, I don't know if it was a base, but something like a base. So that's why the experience sort of confused me. And then there, after that, seeing these energies of light going towards different parts of the United States, the experience ended. And I feel like a relief that I got it out, because I was told, why didn't you? So now I'm glad to share it.